We're here. We're here. We're back. Back again. Mika Richards in the studio on Sky. Good to be able to actually watch a league game for once. There's not much to talk about, so let's get straight into the team. I think is probably the best place to start. So, 2 changes from Bruges. Jesus comes in for Mahrez and Gundogan comes in for De Bruyne, who I can only assume he's been rested for the big game against West Ham on the cabbage. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. Brighton are 4th. I don't know, maybe not anymore because of earlier games, but at the start of the day they were 4th. It's not an easy game at all. Brighton are 4th. Brighton are still 4th. They are 2 points behind us. So if they beat us, they'll go above us and level with Liverpool. And they are level with Spurs. 1 point above United, West Ham, Everton, Arsenal. Tough game. Probably, I'd say they're fighting for European football at the moment. Why is Kevin not starting? I assume... I don't know, really. He was taken off after... what, 60 minutes, maybe? He has Bruges, and now he's not playing. He's on the bench, I think. Is he on the bench? Shall we do a quick VAR check? Yeah, he's on the bench. I can only assume that he's possibly been saved for that Carabao Cup game. So we're going to possibly do a half and half where you'll see De Bruyne in that game. As well as Mahrez and Sterling when he gets back. And a bit of a mixed match here and there. That's all I can assume anyway. I don't know. He could just be another victim to Pep Roulette. And if he is, then that's just unlucky. Everyone's a victim to Pep Roulette. Diaz has been a victim to Pep Roulette so far. But it is odd to see him get taken off after 60 minutes, considering he's not going to be playing the next game. That is a little bit odd. But, regardless of how well Brighton are doing, this team is still good enough to beat Brighton. You could say strongest on paper, arguably. Maybe Gundogan drop out for De Bruyne, obviously, but I'd say this is probably the strongest 11, bar that one change. You could argue Mahrez as well, who played well against Bruges, but I don't know. Also been watching content since a few days, having a good experience. All from India. Cheers, mate. On the road to 500, I believe. We did hit it yesterday. It's gone down a couple, but glad you're enjoying it. Trying to pump out as much as we can. Trying to get videos up every day. Good to know. Getting some feedback. Good to know that you're enjoying it. And we are on 498, so we got 2 more. I think I'm going to maybe pin a message in there. But I appreciate the feedback. Let me just... We don't play Jesus as a 9. Also, why is Farad not joining the squad? Yeah, Jesus has been preferred out wide, which is fair enough. He's been good this season on the right. Foden had a good game against Bruges through the middle. I think Ferran Torres is still injured. I think he's still on his recovery from his fractured foot in the end. Whether he fractured, I don't know. All I know is he was going to be out for 6 weeks-ish, and he's still not back, but everyone else is presumed to be fit. Sterling is now taking a knock. back injury, slight back injury. So he's not here, which is odd. Doesn't mean Adozzi's on the bench. Palmer's on the bench. We could see him again. Although I doubt it. More than likely, I'm looking at subs here. At the I'm looking at the subs here. Also, they're wearing the Guido. We're with you, Guido. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, the Belgian fan who was attacked. They're wearing them t-shirts. Or Gundogan is at least anyway. But that's the picture I'm looking at, which is nice to see. But going back to the bench, I'm looking at Palmer maybe getting a run out, Mahrez coming on at some point, and possibly De Bruyne getting 30 minutes-ish if things are going wrong. Hopefully we see Adozzi. I doubt it. I think he's just on there because it would have been Sterling, or Sterling might have been playing, and it might have been like Grealish to drop out, but it's not, so yeah. Soreness in the back, so seeing is not too serious. He should be fine. Not that it totally matters, because he hasn't been great. Go through the Brighton 11 real quick. It's Sanchez in goal. Back three of what I can assume is Veltman, Dunk, and Burn. Cucurella, Gross, Mode, Lallana, March, Trossard, Maupay. Duffy's on the thumbnail. I know he's a threat from set pieces from corners, so that's a bit odd. Webster as well. Basuma's on the bench. Lamptey's on the bench. Mwepu's on the bench. McAllister's on the bench. They've got some decent options to. They've got some decent options to come off the bench, Brighton. But just looking here, after the first 8 games of the Premier League, we have only faced 12 shots on target, which is second best, one behind Chelsea in that season where they conceded like 15 all season. And they won the league, and then the one after us was City again. I forgot what season, I wasn't really paying attention, but they also won the league. So we're looking good. We're looking good. Basuma on the bench. He is, John. Basuma is on the bench. Yeah. Normally starts for Brighton, but 3 goals conceded for City so far. It's the joint best. I think it just said there. Won 14 of the last 17 Premier League away games. Lost 2, drawn 1. We haven't conceded in the first half of the last 10. It's looking good, but records are there to be broken. Records are there to be broken. We're looking good defensively, but Brighton are a very good footballing side to play good football. They always take shots on target. They always take shots. Ederson's only had to make 6 saves. Helps when you play Arsenal, Norwich early on. 2-5-0 wins. But if I'm being serious, I think we should win this game. Maybe not comfortably, but we should. We should be winning this by, I'd say, realistically, I'm looking at maybe a couple of goals. But again, I'd just take 3 points. I would just take a win. Wonder if City are going to play. They are, John. They're playing in the 3rd shirt, as far as I know. Been reported everywhere. City are in that awful 3rd shirt, the black one. Yeah, they are, because I can see it now. I can see the shorts and the socks when they're warming up. They are, which is horrific. But João Cancelo has the most touches, passes into the final third, and 2nd most interceptions after 8 games. Premier League. Mental. But I know people who think he's not good at a left back, and he's makeshift. You know who you are. That felt really harsh. You know who you are. But you know who you are. But I'm not a fan of this third kit. It's atrocious. My voice. It's atrocious. Come on. Get the voice box flowing. It's atrocious. It's horrible. It's disgusting. You shouldn't have been allowed. I don't think anybody wanted it to actually be allowed. But here we are. So we are 15 minutes-ish away from kickoff. Players doing warm-ups. Focusing on Cancelo. I have no idea what they're saying. I can't hear it. I assume they're talking about how good he's been. Although I don't know. Where's Bumses? There he is. My winger. We should maybe possibly have run out of things to say really, so let's talk about the elephant in the room earlier today, which was a 7-0 thumping formed by our Premier League title rivals, or one of our Premier League title rivals, Chelsea. They absolutely thumped Norwich. So we need to, they were already ahead of us before that happened, so we need to win, not lose any ground. Especially with Liverpool playing United, going to Old Trafford, although I expect Liverpool to win because of how bad United are. Still, there is a possibility that they're the most likely to drop points. So if we could capitalise on Liverpool dropping points, that means we'll go above them and go into second. So, get the win and that's it. I don't really care past that. It's a 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, 3-0. Don't care. Really don't. There's Marpe. Is he going to win it at the end? Possibly. Possibly. Norwich tax. It is Norwich tax. I know they were down to 10 men, but they were 5-0 down at that point. So what is the point? They're just, I don't understand Norwich. They're just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. They'll go down again. They'll be way too good for the Championship. They'll storm it. They'll win it. They'll be way too shit for the Premier League when they come back up. They'll go straight back down. They'll win like 2 games all season. But they haven't won a game. They've played Burnley and they still haven't won a game yet. Like, what? They're not going to win. Or they'll beat City. One of the two. They'll either never win or they'll beat City and go on a run and still get relegated. Manager's not cut out. I know he's got his philosophies and he plays decent football, but it keeps getting him relegated. Just look at teams like, I'm going to say Watford today. They absolutely slapped Everton 5-2, although they did score 3 in the last like 15 minutes. But you're going to play ugly to win points and stay in the division. You're never going to, like, where do you expect to go? Just limbo. In and out, in, out, in, out, shake it all about. You're doing the hokey cokey, are you? What's the point? Never going to get anywhere. They'll beat United at Old Trafford. If you mean Norwich, there's every possibility because Ollie tax, PE teacher tax. I mean, Sheffield United did it last year. But if you're talking about Liverpool, then yeah, most probably. I mean, you never know with United. They blow so hot and cold. Individual brilliance, FC. I should get flashbacks every time because we've already played them at home and we beat them 5-0. They were awful. But a couple of seasons ago when we lost to them, it was actually away. Which we still have to play. So, I say I'm not looking forward to it. Really, it should be a feast. We should be looking to hit them for 5 or 6 again. Also looking forward to playing Watford because they've been doing pretty well this season. But Watford are our. I'm trying to think of a. Watford are our Norwich to Liverpool. Like, what Norwich are to Liverpool is what Watford are to us. We always stuff Watford. We usually score 4, 5, 6, but 8, 3. We normally score like 3 at least. So I'm looking forward to see how we're getting on against them, especially with Ranieri. It's a different approach. Which, by the way, they never should have Ranieri. They should still have their old manager. You on your own today or someone coming? No, I'm on my own today. Watching the game by myself. We'll be fine. Be fine. Now, this is what I did last time, actually. I'm hoping that these commands actually work. I'm hoping that Nightbot is actually going to work this time. If I say Twitter, because we got some interesting stuff on the Twitter. If not, I'll just put a link in. I'm not asked. But I'm hoping that'll work. If it doesn't work, then I'll go and see if I can change it, and I'll just put a link in. But if you go to the Twitter, if you are following, if you're not, I'll follow it. It's in the description. There we go. It is working. I got Nightbot working again. Click that link in the description. Go on Twitter. We've got some pictures of inside the ground. We've got someone who's at the game today, so a few interesting bits on there. Or just follow it as well, you know, while you're there. Yeah, we post whenever we upload videos, go live. During the games, team lineups. Got match day stuff. I'll show you the one that was today. Hold on. Maybe you can. Let me dim the brightness actually. Do match day stuff. Like, get involved. Tried to reply to people. But yeah, we got some content today from in and around the ground. Which is not the first time, but we haven't really done it much before. We've got a video of, we've got a picture of City fans arriving. Not even just City fans, just fans arriving into the ground. Usually good atmosphere in Brighton. And we've got a picture from inside the ground. What I can only assume is the away end. And it's a City fan who we've got taking the pictures. Speaking of seagulls, there's one flying right above. Nice. How topical. 545 followers, maybe 550, maybe. But main goal is we are 2 subs away from 500. That's the main goal today. Get back up to that 500. That's what we're really here for. Man City to win 3-1 is 12-1. Nice of them to show betting odds. When too much betting in football, like betting sponsors, like people have issues with it, and then teams will get sponsored by it, and they'll show adverts of it, and it's. I get it, but at the same time, like more has to be done rather than the small print of just please gamble responsibly. There's some negativity today. Gundogan and Grealish on the same side of the pitch is a disaster waiting to happen. Stuff like that, like having no striker, and just Gundogan will be on the right. Bernardo will be on the left because we need a left footer on the left. It's not a disaster waiting to happen. I mean, Gundogan is the obvious weak link. Or he seems to be the weak link anyway for me. Anyway, he hasn't kicked on this season. Nice. Today is the first time that Man City will play a competitive fixture without sporting their club crest on their shirt since 1976. That's a record that third kit's only going to get. Nice one. I'll pin that one, Murray. I'll pin it. Pin that one instead. Thoughts on Kinder de Bueno getting dropped? You like calling him Kinder de Bueno, don't you? Thoughts on Bruno Fernandes being injured? Now, honestly, I don't really mind him being dropped. If I would have known, even the goalkeeper gets another crashed. Oh my god. I genuinely, I don't care about him being dropped. I would have liked it if he would have played more against Bruges if he wasn't going to play this game or start this game. But I proved that again. The City fans have got a, what do you call it, a tifo or whatever, not a banner, for, I want to know how to pronounce it. I'm gonna, hold on, let me go on Google Translate and see how I actually pronounce this. I'm gonna learn. I need to know his name. I want to say Guido. That's just how it is to me, but I don't know. I'm just gonna say Guido. Right, Guido. Showing, he was on the screens as well inside the Amex. Few Belgian flags in the crowd as well. Just showing the lineups now on Sky. Brighton going with their usual 3-5. 3-5-2, 5-3-2, whatever you want to call it. But we should be fine. We should be fine. Hopefully there won't be a stupid red card this time. It shouldn't have been a red card. Right, here we go. Here we go. Hoping to see Palmer again, but that'll only happen if we are comfortable. But Robert Sanchez, goalkeeper for Brighton, he's actually in my fantasy Premier League team, believe it or not. So I'm about to have an absolute stinker because I think Kyle Walker. Oh no, I got rid of Kyle Walker because he didn't play for a game, and I'm like, well, no one is safe. I got Cancelo instead. So if neither team keeps a clean sheet, then my fantasy team is in the bin because I've got Ronaldo still because I didn't have enough transfers and he's been Mr. Invisible. And I've also got Lukaku, who is injured. I captained Havertz, big F. Why would you do that? I know it's Norwich, but why would you do that? He's been living off that Champions League final goal for a while. To be fair, though, I think I took... Yeah, I stuck with Christensen, and he got dropped. It was an L. It was either him or Rudiger. I chose Christensen, he got dropped. They're taking the knee now, just before kickoff. That horrible, horrible third kit. And we're off. Let me give the timer. We're off. We're off and underway. Amex Stadium. Good thing of where the cameras are placed now with City attacking to the left is, unless they're focusing in on the player, you can't see the front of the kit. You can only see the back. Which is nice, because I don't want to see it. He was playing as a 9 in that game. I was expecting at least a brace. Well, you've expected the wrong player. And you've also overestimated that Chelsea team in scoring goals, but I mean, it's Norwich. Norwich have made Chelsea terrorism look like good prime Barcelona football. They've shipped 7. But Brighton press is something to be wary of with the, they play 2 up top, so I know City do that off the ball. They usually play a 4-4-2, pressing a 4-4-2, which is probably the way to go, pressing with 2 up front. Keep zooming in on City players. I hate it. The kit is so awful. Kit is so bad. Can't stand it. But Pep firmly in his technical area. Early on, Graham Potter has chose to sit down for the first couple of minutes or so. Brighton trying to hit the long balls here at the moment, out to the wide areas. There he is, Shane Duffy. Surprised he didn't play. Very surprised. Is Trossard. Diaz gets in the way. Brighton press is really good so far. Looks like we're struggling a little bit early on just to get out of it initially, but it's the amount of bodies they have just in that sort of midfield. With the wing backs, they can push on high and press the wingers. The fullbacks, it's just going to be wary of the first 10 minutes. It's like against Arsenal at home where we won 5-0. 10-15 minutes, their press was really, really good. And we got over it, we got a goal, and the rest was history. It was easy. Cakewalk at that point. But I'd say just get through the first 5-10 minutes, maybe grab an early goal, or just, get through it without conceding. And Diaz wins a free kick for a handball. Ref's trying to let the game flow a little bit here. It seems, as a few people have gone to ground and not won fouls. But first foul of the game is for a handball. Would you believe it? This is a polar opposite to the Arsenal game yesterday, where if you watch that, you know that it was just crunching challenge after crunching challenge. There's a few flies in that game. I think there's a foul on Dunk after a little push in Foden. City have a free kick in a decent position, although we genuinely don't. Most of the time, we never score from free kicks and corners, because we have one of the smallest teams in the league. Would love a Rodri goal here. But one can only hope. Gundogan and Foden over this. It's on the left side, so I assume it would be a Foden. It's going to be Foden to take. Whipped in. Away. Just go backwards from there. Centre backs are still up though. Sanchez collects the ball. Tries to immediately start a counter-attack. Jesus has won it. But we go backwards again. I'm not looking forward to seeing Gundogan. He could be very rusty. And he's just not going to be as good as he was. He's hard to be as good as he was last season though. But here's the first time Grealish is going to run at people. He had 3 people in front of him. He got triple teamed. How dangerous he is. Laporte's done well there to win the throw-in. Good early pressure from Brighton here. First 5 minutes has been okay. No, yet to have a shot on goal for either team. But I'm going, oh, that's a foul. Ref. Man City, you got the ball. I'm having more flashbacks to poor refereeing again against Brighton. Cancelo. Oh, good save by Sanchez. That was creeping in at the near post. It was a good effort. First shot on target. It was a very good effort. Good chance. Good save, though. Very good save. Good keeper. Good save. I thought that was in then for a second. Anyway, Gundogan on the corner. In swinging. Knocked on by Rodri. Away. Back in by Rodri and just close to the goalkeeper. Interesting, we're aiming for Rodri from the flick on, and we're trying to flick it on rather than aim for Laporte or Diaz or even Rodri and try and actually get an effort on goal. You need to put a bit of pressure on the goalkeeper. He's technically Spanish. He's Spanish-English somehow. The Sanchez part gives the Spanish away, but the Robert. But I think we need to press him a little bit, see how comfortable he is on the ball. We know Edison is pretty press resistant. How good he is on the ball. Not, you know, completely error-free. But I think we need to press Robert Sanchez, get him under a bit of pressure, see how comfortable he is on the ball. He might end up just hoofing it. You never know. I'll do a sub count when there's nothing going on, but Brighton are coming forward here. Trossard, good footwork. Gives it straight to Laporte. Cagey so far. This is going to be a tough game. Really tough game. But I didn't expect it to maybe be this bad. Can't seem to get a solid. We can't seem to get a solid hold of the ball. Just end up getting pressed and losing it or going backwards and getting pressed again. But we have survived up until we're now in the 10th. 9-10 minutes in. We've had the chance. We've had the only chance so far. Good save by Robert Sanchez, but Brighton have done. Brighton have pressed well. And they've Brighton have pressed well. They've kept the ball well. Probably kept the ball slightly better than it was. Although there's not a lot in it because pretty even at the moment. Walker's giving it away. Brighton have given it away. It's just toss and turn, really. Whose turn is it to give the ball away? Rodri's done well there. And we're coming forward now. Right, break. Play it to Jesus. That's it. Go on. Has it gone in? Not across the line. Oh, wow. Brighton have got away with one there. That was incredibly close. It was cleared off the line. I didn't even realise it was going in. I thought I'd gone behind. But Jesus has gone round Sanchez. And it's been cleared off the line. That's a big chance. That's a big chance. We need to be taking those. we need to score those desperately. This game just could be so tight. Game could be won on a goal. Or long ball towards Grealish. Where have we seen that one before? Throwing City, he's tackled. Winning by Dunk. It's like right on the line. It's not in. It wasn't. I don't think it's that close. Puts it through the legs of Sanchez. Good clear, amazing clearance by Dunk there. Great defending. Apparently Jack Grealish is getting booed. Hey. Boo him for no reason, because it's expensive, but Rodri dinked over to Walker. Played back to Bernardo Silva. Foden. Block. Keeper's dropped it. Gundogan's tapped it in. That should be 1-0. That's 1-0. We're winning. Brighton are complaining. This could easily be chalked off, which is why I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because it's currently 1-0. Gundogan has scored. But there was a 50-50 between Jesus and Sanchez where they collide and Sanchez kind of drops the ball after that, after going up to catch it. Jesus isn't even aware. He's not even looking at where Sanchez is. He's going up to win the ball, so it's tough. I don't know. Is it a foul? If I'm looking at that, I'm going that Jesus isn't even going up to clash with him. Jesus isn't even looking at him. He's got eyes on the ball. I think that should stand. But we'll wait and see. But as it stands, it's 1-0. They are checking it. Possible foul. And if they give it, I think they've given it. I think they've given it. Let's see. If they've given it, they've given it. They've given it. It's a goal. Right, 1-0 City in 15 minutes. Good early goal. That's what we want. Damn, that was impressive. Block was good. No way that should stand. I think it should stand. If he'd even looked at Sanchez, if Jesus had even looked at Sanchez there, I think it shouldn't have stood. Because I think if you see the goalkeeper coming for it, you know, you back out. But he's got firm eyes on the ball, and he's gone up to win the 50-50 with the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's dropped it. Well, that is 1-0 City. Right. This is what we need, a dirty goal. But Brighton are going to have to come manners a bit now. I think Brighton will be disappointed with that decision. Because it could have very easily been disallowed. Very easily. Talking Barca, hi. Hello. El Clasico tomorrow. El Clasico. If it's at the new camp, do you reckon you're going to sell out your stadium? Shambles. Breaking news, Norwich have sacked Daniel Farke after a brawl broke out after their 7-0 defeat to Chelsea. He's back! DQ is back! Ah, we're back again. See, Phil Foden got a hat-trick against Norwich. No one cares about El Clasico anymore. I don't. Benzema in, inshallah. Benzema's a baller. About it, though. We are pressing in a 4-4-2. Bernardo Silva is joining Foden up front to press. Is obviously leaving Gundogan and Rodri sitting in front, which is to be expected, but Bernardo Silva assist on that one because he flicks it over his head to Gundogan after the drop ball. So I could see why they're complaining, but for me, the goal should stand. That might be me just being biased, but for me, the goal should stand. I think he's right to have. Most goals conceded against City for Brighton. They've conceded 24. They've only conceded 17 against Chelsea and Liverpool. Wow. What a stat. Foden was class against Norwich. Only interesting thing about it is to see how many Real Madrid are going to score. Exactly. Exactly. Barcelona are in the mud. Barcelona in the mud. They had lower attendance than City had against Burnley for one of their Champions League games. So, you know, here come Brighton. They've got it in the box. Trossard, and he's absolutely scuffed it. Good chance for Brighton. They've responded well. They've responded well. Yeah, just didn't catch it cleanly at all. Good control on his weaker left side. Although his left foot is actually pretty decent. Good at using both feet. He just completely scuffed it. But Cancelo's lost it here. Trossard has it in the byline, crossed in, and headed wide. It's a goal kick. We lost it playing out the back there. That's a bit worrying. Ideally, we kind of want to be holding on to the ball rather than losing it right on the edge of our penalty area. Let's not do that. Let's not go there again. Pep Guardiola is fuming. He's shaking his head. He doesn't like what he's seeing, and neither do I fully. You're not being biased. Never a foul, but those usually get given as fouls. Here's Foden. Foden's through. Great goalkeeping by Sanchez. Foden's done that a few times now recently. He's tried to go around the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper's got a touch on it. He needs to just blast it. He needs to just shoot. But yeah, I don't think it was a foul. I think if he had eyes on the keeper, I think it's a foul. But he has eyes fully on the ball, doesn't even look at the keeper. So I don't think it's a foul. I will play to stay and Dest PK Garcia, you're bold. Looking at that lineup is so mid. I'm sorry, it's so mid. But here in the box here. Save from Sanchez. I'm used to saying Matt Ryan. It's Sanchez. Brighton get it. Oh, Jesus Christ! Right, we're getting chances now. We're getting a few chances. Sanchez has made a few good saves now, and he'll feel slightly hard done by the goal he conceded. Van Dijk against De Gea, where Van Dijk didn't make contact after De Gea spilled it, and it still got given as the foul. I remember De Gea got booked for that one, and it's like, and I don't know what he's complaining about. It's an aerial challenge. If that's two outfield players, then it's not given as a foul, is it? It's only because the goalkeeper's gone up with his hands, because he's allowed to use his hands. He's dropped it, that he's gone, well, I've dropped it, so that should be a foul. You know, no, you should be able to hang on to the ball. It shouldn't be, oh, just because I've dropped it because you've gone up for the aerial battle. Stupid. Do you think we should start Ansu Fati, Gavi, great youngsters? I know Ansu Fati's good. Ansu Fati's a baller. Gavi, don't know. I don't watch him. I watch Barca. Don't watch Spain too often. But as for Aguero, should you start him? I mean, is it worse than what you've got? He's got like no kneecaps left, but he's better than Luke de Jong and Coutinho. I don't know what happened to Coutinho. I don't know whether he needs to move or what, but I don't know what happened with him. Grass isn't always greener. There's a typical Edison long ball. It's gone straight to Sanchez. That's how far it's gone. Just Sanchez is just straight outside of his penalty area. That's how far it's gone. Nice one, Edison, mate. But I have to say, this third kit does not look bad when you're far away on the sky cameras. It's only when they zoom into the players that you get the glimpse of the badge pattern and everything. But not great. It's not great when they zoom in. It looks alright because you can't really see much. Just like a really dark kit. Zoomed out. But a foul by Walker and I think a yellow card. Probably justified. He catches him. I think it's a yellow card. It is a yellow card. First yellow card of the game is Walker. Probably the right decision again. Referee hasn't done too much wrong so far. Always time for that to change, though. Barca just scapegoated him like they did with Griezmann, playing them wide on the both number. Reality is Barca have been declining for years. They have, and I don't know how they haven't seen it. And you are right about the scapegoating as well. Like, it was never ever like any of the Barca boys' fault, like Busquets or anyone who was like 40 years old. It was always their big money signing. So it's to an effect, like if you spend like over 100 million on a player, you expect a return. Not the Diaz has gone forward and he's lost it. And Trossard is offside. We're getting away with even more. If I'm Pep Guardiola right now, I am livid with the amount that we've lost the ball. Just by dribbling into players or passing it away. Like in our own half. Like, I get it if you're losing it in the final third, but if you're losing it in the midfield or in your own half, it's not on. Humans will be playing a 4-3-3 to stay again and get a PK gas. I swear Koeman's been playing a 5 and playing 3 centre backs. Or has he been? I don't watch Barcelona because they're just so crap. They're just so crap. But I think Barca have been hampered a little bit, I have to say, by the absolute not even preference, like you have to play a 4-3-3, you have to play the Barcelona way style of football. You know, the old system, the 4-3-3, proper like false 9 Barcelona, Pep Guardiola Barcelona, Cruyff Barcelona, whatever you want to say. Which has cost a few managers the job trying to play like that. And now they've changed, it's not working. Maybe it was the right decision after all. I don't know. I don't think the Premier League referees are good. No, they're not. They are rubbish. They may have an odd, decent game where they get a few decisions like spot on, maybe, but they're not good at all. When you employ Mike Dean, John Moss, and Anthony Taylor, it's not good. Busquets is so good and De Jong is decent. Busquets isn't good anymore. He's so average now. Honestly. Oh, Kyle Walker was going to shoot then. He loves hitting him from 30 yards, low driven. Bernardo Silva against Dan Burn. Ooh. It's a very, very, very good pass by Bernardo. So that keeper was quick off his line. Keeper was far out when he played that pass. Sanchez's positioning was good for that. He was practically on the penalty spot. He's a good keeper. Said this multiple times. He's a good keeper. It's gonna take a bit to beat him. So I got him in my fantasy team. I imagine he'll get loads of points because he's making lots of saves. Nice. Predictions for United versus Liverpool tomorrow. Yeah, honestly, if United play like they did against Atalanta, if United play like they did against Atalanta, they'll concede about 3. Genuinely. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you see 3-0, 3-1 Liverpool. Genuinely. Salah will score at some point. Like, he will. It's inevitable. He will. Ronaldo might get a tap in for the first time in forever. But Liverpool will win. Liverpool will probably smoke them. And that's just me being honest. They're so good at the moment. They haven't lost. Koeman is a clown for being Dest at right wing. I don't think he is. They can clearly play their left foot, right foot ability going forward as an attacking fullback. I like City playing Cancelo on the wing. But speaking of City, here we come. Jack Grealish on the counter-attack. He squared it. And it's in. It's actually gone in off the bar. Wow. Thought it was offside. Grealish has run through the centre. And Foden has tapped it in. It's 2-0. City are looking good now. We seem to have grown into the game. Very, very, very unselfish from Grealish, that. Very unselfish. But we scored from a counter-attack. Diaz wins it. Rodri plays it into Bernardo. Bernardo, beautiful pass into Grealish. Foden is onside. And what a finish. What a finish. Top corner while he's falling to the floor. It probably takes a slight deflection off the defender as well, which helps it go that high. But keeper's got no chance. Great goal on the counter-attack. 2-0. 2-0. Very, very good play, that. We're looking good now. Foden tapping his head. You know, saying, you know, keep your head in it. You know, telling the more experienced players around him. It's a great goal. Counter-attack. We don't normally see counter-attacks, but City have grown into the game at the moment. They had maybe a rocky first 5-10 minutes where they were getting pressed, they were losing the ball, but 2 goals were kind of scrappy, but we've got them, and I think we deserve the lead. Brighton really haven't troubled too much as of late. I'm going 2-1 Liverpool. I'm not overly confident because we usually shit the bed at Old Trafford. You'll be fine. Fine. You won 4-2. I know it was like heavily rotated because it was after the protest, but you won 4-2 last year. And that was when you were awful. If we're being genuinely honest, that was when you were awful. It was just Salah and Inshallah. I wouldn't be surprised if we battered them, though. Neither would I. I think you will. I think you will. Unless Ollie parks the bus and plays a 5, and then I don't know what's going to happen. Do you want Ollie to get sacked? No. I hope he stays forever. Nice to see that Greenish and Foden connection as much as I want you to lose. It's a good thing when you consider maybe England, future games with England, maybe them growing a connection at club level, because if that carries over to the national team, then we're in an even better position. Despite the manager, I will not speak about because we're not here for that. No, it's good because they clearly have some sort of friendship or relationship off the field. It's nice to see that they're linking up well. But we've won it back in the midfield. Bernardo Silva, Jesus, Oh, lovely footwork. Grealish on the left. Great save again. And it's 3-0. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 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 This could get very embarrassing. This could get incredibly embarrassing. Oh, wow. Dunk just gives it to Bernardo Silva on the halfway line. Dribbles at the defence, gives it to Jesus on the right. Some great footwork. Plays it to Grealish, who's on the side. Grealish cuts inside, shoots. Saved by Sanchez, and keeper. For as much as I praised him, he should be doing better with that Jesus effort. It's taken a little deflection, so I'm not going to be too harsh, but he gets a hand on it and it's relatively close, so I don't know. Maybe that's just me being harsh, but it does take a deflection on its way through. But, you know, we've got a little bit lucky with the goals, with them being deflected and stuff like that, but, you know, you make your own luck, and we still have to take the chance, and we have. 3-0. I'm happy. Very happy. I'm so happy. Just what I wanted. Just what I wanted. Could be in for a boring second half, but I really don't care. I can't see Ollie surviving the next 8 games. I can. Ollie has to stay. Ollie's at the wheel. We've only won there 3 times in 15 years. Ooh. I never knew that. Right, okay. That's slightly, I wouldn't say worrying, but slightly, I assume some of them will be draws, and you're saying, you know, it's not like you've lost 12 times. But you've only won 3 in 15 at Old Trafford. I don't think our record's so much better there, to be fair, either. Especially recently. Our recent record against them is just because we don't bother. I don't know whether Pep fully cares about United in the league. Unless they're in a title race, because he basically goes, it's not important. And it keeps Ollie in the job if he beats him. But it does annoy me when we lose to them. Of course it will, it's a derby. But sometimes you've got to sacrifice for the greater good. I thought this was going to be a close game. So did I. It should have been a close game. It should have been. I had every right to be. But it's not over yet. There's still 60 minutes to go in this game. Not over. Nowhere near over. Even the 2 seasons we won the Premier League and the Champions League, we drew both games there. I'd say I don't know then. Like, your team's not actually too much different from them either as well. But here come Brighton. Crossed in. Great defending by Rodri. That gets it behind for the corner. But, that's odd. Your team's not too much different. I haven't made too many more Steinians to actually start. Oh, the Poznan! Oh, that is actually limbs. City fans are doing the Poznan. Here, that is actual. Like, that is incredible scenes. Poznan is back. I hope it stays. It's good crack. But City on the counter again. Cancelo. He's run straight into a Brighton player and lost it. He really should be releasing that ball slightly earlier. Jesus is on a run. We have a mental block, same at Goodison. We've drawn like 5 times in a row at Goodison. Yeah, but your last game at Goodison, if I remember correctly, was the one where Van Dijk did his ACL because Pickford should have been sent off. So, that was just unlucky. That was just incredibly unlucky. Like, that should have been a red card. Liverpool should have won that game. That last minute winner was so close to being onside, if not onside. It's a blur now for me because I only watched the game as a sort of neutral at the time. I didn't really watch too much. But yeah, no, I think you, with the form you're in now, especially with the form Salah's in, like, you go there United, you win. If you go to Everton, you win. Everton have just after conceding 5 against Watford. Henderson robbed looked clearly on for me. I can't fully remember, but I did think like there was a very good chance that it should have stood. But obviously, I was happy that it didn't stand because, of course, I am. I'd expect you to be the same if our first goal didn't stand today, because we wouldn't be 3-0 up if that first one didn't go in. But yeah, VAR was shocking. VAR was shocking that season. It was so poor. So everyone was fuming. There was loads of handballs and penalties and disallowed. Everyone was fuming. It's still not great as well. Like, it's better, but it could be even better. But it was shocking when he first came in. It really was. And wasn't a surprise though, really, was it? Because the people who were running the VAR were normal referees. That Jesus goal is actually taking a deflection off Foden, I think. So that could count as 2 for him. I don't know. I will check on the Premier League. Yeah, it's gotten a little better now. Well, they're trying to change the whole refereeing where there's thicker lines for offside and penalties aren't going to be given for really, really soft contact, even though they still are sometimes. You know, handballs are slightly less likely to be given, but yeah, they're giving Foden the goal, have they? That's interesting. They have. Wow. Jesus didn't even get the assist either. I feel bad. He took the shot. He should get the assist if it deflects. Like, come on. But City have had 12 shots and 7 on target. We well deserve our lead here. 17 touches in the box. And more of the ball by 6%. We've got 53%. We deserve our lead. 100%. By this much, I don't know, but we deserve the lead. Brighton haven't done anything. Interesting to give Foden the goal, but no Jesus assist. I feel bad a little bit, but game's the game, I suppose. Foden seems to have gotten better, more comfortable playing in this false 9. It's good to see. I always hoped that we'd find someone that would feel comfortable in that role. We got to Brighton last year. He didn't really play there this year. He's not playing today, so Foden's looked good today. Obviously 2 goals because he's looked good, and he looked good against Bruges, so maybe he's the answer. Maybe he is the answer. I don't know. I hope so. I want a solid answer, really. We need one. Can't keep chopping and changing whoever plays up front. Can't. It's just not viable. It's just not. Brighton throw. I wonder if Brighton will change anything. I know they have given. I know they have. I don't know where I said given. I know they've got they've got some good bench players, like I said, pre-match. Mwepu's on the bench, McAllister's on the bench, Shane Duffy's an option from corners if they really want to. Basuma as well if they want to have a natural right footer on the right. Aaron Connolly as well is also another option. But I don't know what they do with... In terms of City, I'm looking at that and going, we're 3-0 up. I want to see... Adozzi's on the bench, I want to see him. Palmer's on the bench, I want to see him. But that's what I want to see. Probably won't because it's Pep, but I hope I do. I hope I'm right. Did Basuma get proof? I don't know how to say this. I don't know if it was ever proven that it was him. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what happened. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Was it him? Was it not? Was he innocent? Was he not? I have no idea. Genuinely. But he's on the bench. So I assume that it just wasn't him, because I haven't heard anything about being innocent or anything. It says investigation ongoing, he's on bail. Well, why is he in the... That's odd if he's been held in... Well, he's not been held in custody, but if he's on bail, then why would he be here? Like, if he's going through the process of possibly being arrested, why would he be in the matchday squads? That's just odd to me. That is very odd to me. I don't understand it myself. Not for me to ask though, really, is it? Like, I suppose it'll be done in due course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, with those two, they've been postponed until January for trial, so we'll never know until then. But it doesn't look good, and if the Basuma one is only suspicion, then they can't, like, I suppose they can't really do anything, like suspend him or anything. It's up to them to leave him out. And because he's unfortunate, because he is such a good player. You wouldn't leave him out if you were Brighton. Honestly, who is this ref? Anyone know who the ref is? Oh, I will find out. Does anyone know who the ref's name is? I know who he is, but he just had an absolute shocker there. I think there was about 3 fouls from City on Brighton, and I don't know whether they even give any of them. Shocking. Really. Good save from Sanchez again from Foden. Sorry, Mount. Save from Mount. It's interesting to see they are playing March, so like a flying right wing back, despite being left-footed. He's a natural winger, but he's left-footed. Makes sense with Cucurella on the left side, but that's slightly odd and creates a bit of imbalance. I know we're doing it with Cancelo on ours, but we're playing the back 4. It works. in a 4. It works more in a 4 than it does in a 3, 5, whatever you want to call it. You're not getting that width from the right hand side, really, because he doesn't want to provide it, because he wants to cut in on his left. I want to see Lamptey come on. I don't think he's fully fit, but he's a very exciting talent. He's a very good player. He's rapid. He's short. He's rapid. Stronger than you'd think. Good for the Brighton system with the wing backs, but I think he's just struggling with injuries at the moment, which is quite sad because he can be such a good player. Sanchez has made loads of saves here. Sanchez must have made about like at least 5 saves here. But 15 seconds away from half time. Approaching. Maybe one more attack? Maybe? No, Grealish has lost the ball and the referee has blown for half time. Nice one. Great half of football. We started off slightly shaky in the first 10 minutes, giving the ball away a couple of times, and we just turned it on. We scored, and then we scored 2 within a couple of minutes with each other. So no complaints really. Like we used to start slow all the time last season. A lot of teams do start slightly slow and they try and figure out, you know, what the other team are going to do, how they're going to play. So now the only thing of note is, has Gabriel Jesus been given that assist then? No. Do I need a VAR check on that? Hold on. He has. Gabriel Jesus has been given the assist for that Foden goal that deflected. Nice one. I said he should have. But no, good half of football. Exactly what we want. Carrying on this good form. And now I'd start to think of wanting to see Palmer. I definitely want to see Palmer at least. Maybe take off Bernardo Silva. Give Gundogan 90 minutes. Put on Palmer. Put on a Dozy. Take off Grealish or something. Like they would be 2 substitutions I would look at making. Because we can afford to. We can afford to. But it's a good half of football. City been by far and away the better team for the game. By far and away. Now, question is, Foden's on for his first City hat-trick, so I'd leave him on. Because he hasn't got a hat-trick for City before, so it'd be quite nice if he gets one now. But I'm going to check some stats, as I am interested by stats. I don't know whether there's an XG tweet yet. Hopefully coming soon. Because I will read out the XG. I quite like the XG. Nice to see. But now 52% possession. Slightly more of the ball. We always knew Brighton are actually going to play football and try and keep the ball for themselves. So that's about to be expected. They've won more duels than us, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. The goals win games. 3 goals. City have had 14 shots and 9 on target. Well worth the goals that we've got. Brighton have had 3 shots, 1 on target. So, and City have had 4 block shots as well. So 12 inside the box. So we've been well worth a couple of goals here at least. Possibly think about even taking Kyle Walker off because he's on a booking, I suppose. That's another substitute you could look at. But I mean, there's not really much else to say, really. Stand-up performers again have been Bernardo Silva for me again. Once again, he's just been really, really good. Tackling interceptions, final third, dribbling, just being direct, running at the Brighton defence. You know, his final ball's been there as well. Although he only has the one assist. Just so good. He's just so good. And Foden, again, in that false 9 position, he really seems to be getting the hang of it now. Couple of goals, which I will get on screen. Done. Which I will get on screen now. Couple of goals for him, so he really seems to be taking a hold of that spot now. Which is a more free role. Not afraid to ask for the ball, shoot, pass, dribble, not afraid of anything. Gundogan with a goal. Nice to see him getting back on the score sheet, albeit it was a tap in. He was literally on the line. He couldn't have missed. And if he did, I would have terminated his contract. But we're getting goals from everyone on the pitch like normal. So they're showing the replay, the second goal here. An interception from Diaz. Rodri, forward pass to Bernardo. Great pass to Grealish. Squares it, Foden, back of the net. Just like that, counter-attack. Within 10 seconds, we're up the other end of the pitch and we scored. Like, that's what we missed last year. Last year, we never really counter-attacked. We missed it so much. It was really infuriating, but we scored from a counter-attack. That's what we used to do. Just a confirmation, that second one, Foden takes a deflection off of Dan Burn before he hits it, so it is fully him. And then Bernardo Silva wins it back halfway line for the third goal. Jesus, good footwork to get past his man, gives it to Grealish, who could have shot maybe earlier, could have hit it on his left, doesn't matter, because it ends up with Jesus and he just smashes it near post, takes the deflection off of Foden, and Foden gets credited with the goal, although he would have known absolutely nothing about it. At least Brighton are actually trying to play football. You know, they're actually trying to attack, play football, pass it around, create chances. Always makes for an entertaining game, regardless of who you are. Daniel, hello. He's showed his face in here. It's not even a debate that Foden is the best young player in the league. I would say the third best talent in the world after Haaland and Mbappe. I tend to agree. He's the best young player in the league. He's the best young player in Manchester. He's the best young player in England's best young player. He's just so good. He's up there with Haaland and Mbappe. He really is up there. Incredible. 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 I do think I do think he's up there with Haaland and Mbappe, yeah. I mean, I don't really think he's... It's hard to tell whether he's better than them. In my opinion, Haaland is the best. But I suppose it depends what football you play as to who you want. Haaland is the least versatile. It just depends. But he's in that conversation. He just is. You know, you need to stop comparing him to Mount, Greenwood and Saka. He's not. He's a level above. He's quality. Starts every single game if he can. We definitely missed him at the start of the season. Can anyone tell me what happened to Bernardo again? He's on ridiculous form again. He's just the best midfielder in the world at the moment. He just is. It's not De Bruyne. It's not Fernandes. Bernardo Silva's the best midfielder in the world at the moment. He is. Who's better? If you can name me a midfielder that's better, good luck. He's on form right now, the best. No, De Bruyne's got a task on his hands now. You know, he's being outshone. He is. Oh, Kinder de Bueno. Whatever you want to call him. Foden has 5 assists and 4 goals in 6 starts this season. A goal and 2 assists against Wickham. None against Chelsea. Goal and assist against Liverpool. Assist against Burnley. Assist against Bruges. 2 goals against Brighton. And Brighton were only at half time. It's insane. I still can't believe we started doing the Poznan. Oh, that was actually limbs. Can you tell me how many Sancho has? I think he's 0010 right now, isn't he? 10 games, 0 goals, 0 assists. Sunshine. Thing is, Sancho will come good eventually, you know, but I mean, you got to take the piss right now. Because he's not very good at the moment, is he? He'll do something against City, because players just do. They find form against us. But right now, all you can do is laugh. Can't wait for this second half to start. It really couldn't come sooner. Genuinely. I just want to watch football again. Grealish should shoot with his weaker foot. He's too predictable when he cuts inside. I agree with that. He should do what Mahrez did. Mahrez last season, at the start of last season, he used to always cut in on his left. And he started really slow last season. And then he started using his right foot. He was insane. He was incredible because he wasn't afraid to use his right foot. He scored, assisted. Much more dangerous because people didn't know whether he was going to go in or out, in or out, in or out. With Grealish, he doesn't want to use his left foot. Granted, I've seen his left foot when I've watched him for England, right? And it's not that great. But if he just works on it or just uses it more, like it makes him even more dangerous on his right foot, even if he starts using his left foot. You know what I mean? Like, because if there's a threat of him hitting the byline and squaring it with his left foot or whatever, then, you know, defenders will be slightly wary of that instead of, oh, he's going to cut inside. I'll just show him to the byline. He does need to start using his weaker foot. Especially when he's playing out on the wing. In the midfield, it might not be too different. You know, it might... If he was playing in the midfield, yeah, so be it. It doesn't really matter then, does it? Because he's being asked to create, not, you know, like... Well, he's being asked to create, but he can pick a pass with his right foot. You know, he can come deep, pick up the ball and pick a pass. When he's on the wing, he's usually running in behind, running at pace, running at defenders. He needs to be able to use both feet, really. It's nice to see Foden leading as well. Foden is like telling players around him who are more experienced than like older players what to do. You know, keep your heads, you know, keep focused. You know, he's a leader already. But it's great. Here comes City for second half. City players coming out, Foden and Grealish in conversation. It's a good link up they have. Get Torres in the middle of them. Looking. Because Foden and Torres already have a good link up. You get Grealish and Foden's good link up, then we're golden. You just get them three in a triangle. It could be good. Obviously, better in Torres getting fit again. Player rating should be interesting after the game if we keep up like this. Tell you that one. Very hard thing. So we are about to start the second half, and we are underway again. Brighton start us here in the Amex to get us underway. No changes for either team, I'm almost certain. But Graham Potter is holding a piece of paper, so I assume he's been taking notes and, you know, thinking of changing something soon, which I think he has to. But that's not our problem right now. The good at football blues. Yep, we are good at doing a football. We are very good at doing a football. Oh, Cancelo. Oh, just wide. Just wide. I haven't even given it the beans today. I don't know why. Revel, Sterling isn't in the squad. Sterling can't come on. Also, substitutions. L. Get a Dozy and Palmer on. Get him on. I don't even know if you can hear this. Yeah, get a Dozy on for Grealish. Get Palmer on for Bernardo Silva and get Cancelo off and put Zinchenko on. That'd sound like a good set to me. Save Fernandinho for the Carabao. Save Fernandinho for the Carabao. I'm on the Carabao Blues. That's a foul. But 8 Premier League games for Jesus, and he's got 2 goals and 5 assists, with obviously that goal not counting as his. Not bad return this season for him. He seems looks much better on the right. I don't think Darren knows the team. I don't know what... Gundogan at midfield. Gundogan's playing. I don't know what's going on. He scored the first goal. But no, I want to see Palmer at least. Harry, you big dosser. I don't know what he's on. Saying bring Sterling on when he's not on the bench. He's not even in the squad. Bring on Gundogan even though he started and scored. Here's Foden. He scuffed it with his right. I think Foden needs to improve on his right foot as well. His weaker foot. It's not great either. City top scorers since the start of last season. Foden is tied top with Mahrez on 20, Gundogan on 19. Bring on Aguero. Yeah, well, this time last year, maybe. Maybe. It's just sad, really. I'm sad. Wish we could. Brighton passing it around the back here. Building. City not totally pressing the goalkeeper. Not that they need to. They are 3 goals up. You know, City can just let Brighton have the ball now. I said we might be in for a slow second half. City can just let Brighton have the ball and just counter, and then, you know, if the counter's not on, then City can just keep the ball. And game management. We are so good at game management. Here come Brighton, a 2-on-2. Diaz does well. Diaz is fuming there. He thinks he's been pushed. He hasn't. He's taken a tumble. Even I can see he's taken a tumble. He tried to win the foul. Cucurella and Spinado going to get it away. Now he wins a goal kick. Good play, that. Good play, wins the goal kick. Loads of stats coming out about this one. This is the 130th different occasion that Man City have scored 3+ goals in a single game under Pep Guardiola. 42%! We are so good at doing a football, it's unreal. Look at the bench. Look at the bench. Kevin De Bruyne on the bench. What is this? I'd even think about bringing on Stones, you know. Think. I'd think about it. I wouldn't. I'd think about it, though. And give him a bit of game time. Bernardo on the right here. He seems to have pulled out more wide right this time. Jesus seems to be central in the box, more like a striker. I wonder if Pep is trying to change something. Maybe put Jesus further through the middle, possibly. I don't know. If you're going to try anything, it's now. Really, isn't it? Oh, I don't know whether we're DQ, whether you're still around. Tariq Lamptey is getting warmed up and ready to come on. I do want to see him play games. I want to see him get minutes. He's so good. I think he's really, really good. I think it's just unfortunate that he just keeps getting injuries. I do think he's a really, really good player. He does suit the Brighton system more, though, I do have to say, because he's allowed to get forward a lot more and not have to worry about defensively, because he's very short. Some defending to do here, but we've done it. Right now, what I'm looking for, if we don't keep a clean sheet, I'll be disappointed. I know Brighton are a good side, but if we don't keep a clean sheet, I'll be slightly disappointed in this. You know what I mean? Like, our defense has been so good this season, with the amount of shots on target we're facing is like pretty little. But I'm looking at clean sheet here now. I'm going, well, why not? We're 3-0 up. We don't need to pile men forward. Just keep the clean sheet. Tidying it up at the back. Keep the ball. Game management. Get it sorted. Edison with a save. He spills it a little bit, but he grabs it. Decent little bit of pressure in the first 10 minutes here in the second half for Brighton. Morpay was ready to capitalise, but he reacted quick, Edison, to the initial save. But Jesus seems to have pulled out a bit further right. He's getting support from Bernardo on the right. Foden has dropped and Gundogan seems to be playing higher up now. So it is just chopping and changing as we go along. Jesus has acres on this right-hand side. They seem gravitated towards Bernardo Silva at the moment. Whenever he gets the ball, it just leaves Jesus in acres of space. So much. There's so much room to work with, especially when Foden pulls out slightly right as well. You get Walker making an overlap. Jesus has got so much room to work with. But 55 minutes, I reckon in 5 minutes' time you start to see first substitutions, or hopefully you do. I think we just need to think about fitness and giving a few players a rest and giving more minutes to the likes of Palmer, who, you know, this is ideal. He's normally brought on with like 30 minutes to go or so, when we're like 2, 3, 4 up. I'm thinking, well, 60 minutes, there's 30 minutes left. You might see him in the next 5. Look at that. We lose the ball and instantly everyone's running back. We still want the clean sheet. The low cross has gone all the way out to the other side to Cancelo. You see Bernardo Silva there. He's running back. He's willing. Brighton aren't happy with the ref here, and I tend to agree. Like, he's had a few poor ones now. He hasn't been bad. I think he's been all right. I think he's been okay. But he's had a few where he'd go. He's got that one. Which every referee is allowed in a game, I suppose. I mean, we don't want it, but I think no one's perfect. Dan Burns off for Lamptey. Could be seeing Brighton go to a 4 here. Mopay is off for Mwepu. So yeah, I assume they're going to a 4 now. Which means they're going for it a bit more. Yeah, they've gone to a 4. Which means they are slightly going for it now, which they have to, I suppose. I mean, they've got nothing to lose now. If they concede again, they were already losing by 3. Trossard, saved by Edison, straight at him. Comfortable save. But Brighton making some good moves at the moment. Getting a few shots on target. We're not used to facing shots on target this season, are we? But some good play between Jesus and Bernardo Silva. He's just different gravy at dribbling. That's a foul. I don't see anyone ready to come on as a sub for either team. Although Brighton have just made 2, so that one makes sense. But I don't see any City subs ready to come on at the side. And we are approaching the 60th minute, so what Pep is waiting for, whether he's waiting for another 5, maybe into the 65th minute. But no, Brighton pressing well, being aggressive with it. Another foul. Ooh, Cancelo was clattered into... I think that's Lamptey there who's just come on and he's picked himself up a yellow card. Deserved yellow card as well. Little dink ball by Gundogan. He's sold him a bit short and he's taken Lamptey without taking the ball. The yellow card all day, every day. Gundogan selling him slightly short. I don't know what. I don't quite know what type of ball he was trying to do there. And whatever he was trying, it was slightly short. Look. So don't try that again. Here goes Lamptey down the right. Good tackle by Cancelo there. Brighton again, they just seem to be like dominating right now. That you can't really get anything going in the final third. Great save by Edison. Great save. Shot by Trossard across goal. Does well to get a hand to it over the bar. Gets a bit lucky with it bouncing over the bar. Corner taken quickly by Brighton. Headed away by Diaz. It's another corner to Brighton. Bit of pressure here we've got to deal with. Not entirely comfortable. We've quietened down a lot. The second half has been poor. He's offside, coming back. The corner taker is offside, coming back from the corner. And City have a free kick. Right, just quieten the game down. Keep the ball. Don't we keep losing it and allowing them to just come forward. Great save by Edison. I hope it shuts up the agenda, honestly. Stefan comes in and makes one one-on-one save and everyone's on Edison's back saying, oh, he wouldn't do that. Honestly, I don't understand the fan base sometimes. That's a foul. That'll be the first yellow card for Brighton. Stopping Rodri from going forward. I'd be looking at subs here if I'm Pep. Fresh legs struggled slightly in the second half, but yeah, I'm still thinking about subs. You've got them, so use them. You know, you want to make more, so you want to make it so you can make 5, but you know, at least use the ones that you have. You know what I mean? Like, if you want 5, at least use the ones that you have. Because if you don't use 3, why would you need 5? But here come Brighton. He's in Weber on the counter. Bernardo Silva's currently playing as a centre back. The work rate is phenomenal. Diaz puts it out for a throw in. Brighton take the throw in quickly, but they didn't have any men forward when they took it, so. Great footwork there. Walker deflects it behind for a corner. That's that Moder guy. Who just got booked before, actually. He was the player who got booked. He was the guy who got booked for some great footwork there to get himself inside the box, deflected by Walker behind for a corner. Away by Rodri. Brighton come again. Mr. Money. On to 40. Need to wake up a little bit. Need to wake up a little bit in the second half. Good work. Oh, Lamptey. There's great footwork there. Get to the byline, away by Jesus. Great defending by Jesus there. It's another Brighton corner. Lamptey's done really well there. The baller. City need to switch on. City need to switch on. Plain and simple. If a goal comes, then Brighton will have deserved it. You know, you can't say it hasn't been coming. Lines by Edison. Right. Just fall on it. That's it. Just need to wake up, keep the ball, don't do anything stupid. Brighton are pressing really well, but we saw this that happened last time. Like, we're 20 minutes into the second half. They press really well for 15, 20 minutes of the first half. You know, and then we get a goal and it just kind of kicks the wind out of their sails. Do we need to go and get another goal? Maybe. But we can't afford to keep giving them the ball and giving them opportunity and space to work it around the box and get loads of crosses in. We can't. It's going to end in disaster. Bernardo Silva working as a right back. Kyle Walker's cleared it. Sanchez is on the halfway line. That's how much pressure they're coming on. The keeper's basically doing what Edison does, and he's out in his own half. Brighton have dominated the second half. City have had slightly more of the ball, but Brighton with 5 more touches in the box and same shots, but 2 more on target. Lamptey has it on the right. Cross away by Diaz. Away by Diaz again. Foden's doing all the chasing on his own. Up front. Starting to become a little bit isolated now. Brighton have been so much better in the second half. this second half is what I thought the game would have been. Like, I don't know where this Brighton have come from. Brighton are in the box here. In a crossing position now. Whereby Rodri and a foul by Trossard and Walker. They are fuming with this referee. He thinks that he's been incredibly harsh on some soft fouls. But we've been doing more defending than attacking in the second half. Another foul from Brighton. They're absolutely seething now. I think Lallana's going to be booked. He says he got the ball. Did he get the ball? I don't think he got the ball. It's the right decision. He's made a couple of fouls now. He's been booked finally. Could even possibly be a red card. You never know. $20 minutes to go, still no subs for City. This is looking increasingly unlikely we're going to see Armour at all. This could be another Pep no-show of subs. I hope it's not. I think he should make some. Brighton look like they're about to make their final one. Looks like McAllister's going to come on. Still no sign of anyone warming up for City. Saying we should be aiming for a clean sheet. I think a good result would be a very good result would be a clean sheet. For despite how poor we've been in the second half and how good Brighton have, if we do manage to hold on to a clean sheet, you know, it shows how good we are defensively. Laporte giving away a corner there, good defending. I say giving away. He had no choice really. He had to tackle him on him, get the crossing. But Brighton making their third and final substitution now. McAllister is on for Pascal Gross, whatever you want to say. McAllister's on. That's a 10 for an 8. They're going attacking now. They're proper going for it. Long ball onto the right. McAllister can't keep it in. It's a City goal kick. Pep needs to say something though, because here comes Fernandinho to show the game up. Here we are. Here we go. Fernandinho substitution. We need something. Mwepu's in the box. He can't connect. Laporte sees it out. It's a goal kick. More good defending, but more defending that we've had to do. Coming forward over the bar from Brighton. I think that's from March. On comes Fernandinho for Gundogan. Not against that at all. At all. Right decision. I think we need more defensively because we are getting absolutely battered. At the moment, as things stand, we are getting absolutely destroyed. But he scored a goal today. He's on the score sheet once again. So, I cannot complain with his performance today. He hasn't been at his best, like very best. I wasn't expecting him to be. I wasn't expecting him to be. You know, he's only just back, so can't pin that one on him too much. First sub and maybe only. You never know, it is Pep. But he's taken the armband off of Gundogan, who had it originally. Port heads it away. Lamptey again down that right-hand side. He's causing problems. Foden taking him all left of centre role. Bernardo Silva seems to be a bit more central, a bit higher up. But City have won it back here. We could counter. Grealish is down the left. Grealish is in. Some good defending by Veltman. It's probably the first, it won't be the first proper time, but it's probably the best opportunity we've had in a while in the second half. Kevin De Bruyne is getting ready to come on now. I would assume Grealish? Yeah, it's Grealish. Grealish off. Had a good game. Got an assist. Still not top quality game from him. But it will come. It will come. He's still been good. He got the assist. It was a great assist. So unselfish. He was good again today. But De Bruyne on, corner whipped in, cleared away. De Bruyne's first touch is a poor one. But it doesn't cost him at all. He's lumped forward towards Jesus, who is offside. Advertising the big London derby, West Ham against Tottenham. Man United, Liverpool tomorrow as well. Be interesting to keep an eye on that one, as Liverpool are obviously in the title race. So that's the big one tomorrow that we need to, at least as City fans, keep our eye on. Be interesting because if Liverpool drop points, that promotes us to second. We're in second as it stands with the win. But if Liverpool lose, we will stay second. I think if Liverpool draw, we'll stay second as well, so Good defending by Laporte again, getting in the way of Lamptey, who's caused many problems as he's come on. If he was fit enough, I don't know why he didn't start. It could have been a different game. But looks like De Bruyne has gone into that more central, further ahead role. Foden would have gone out onto the left, which means looks like De Bruyne is playing as that sort of false nine role now. Although he probably won't see much of around the box. Brighton just probing away. They've got a lot of space in the box again. Trossard, slip ball, and Wepu. That could be a pen. That's a penalty. Penalty to Brighton. I think it's Edison who has taken him. Let's see here. He hasn't got the ball. That is a penalty. He's offside. He's offside. That can't be a penalty. He's offside. There was an offside in the build-up. Edison's cleaned him. But there was an offside in the build-up. They've literally shown a freeze for him. Nice one. It should be given offside. If it's not, then it's just poor refereeing, and it's not going to be given offside, is it? But it's going to be McAllister to take, and then Brighton score this. They got 10 minutes of pressure. There was an offside in the build-up, but I suppose the referees don't look at that, do they? McAllister, he gets a hand to it, but it still goes in. Fair enough, the goal has been coming, penalty or not. The goal's been coming. You can't say Brighton don't deserve this. They've been the much better team in the second half. But, oh, there you go. McAllister's first goal at the Amex. Would you look at that? But that's a farce. I will say now, that is an absolute joke how that has been given. I have no doubt in my mind that that is a stonewall penalty if the player in the build-up who touches the ball, who has an impact on the build-up, is not offside. Clueless refereeing. That is a major decision in terms of, well, in terms of our clean sheet, probably not the game. But if we somehow drop points from this position, say it's a 3-3 draw, that's disgraceful. We criticised the referee against Bruges on Tuesday, right? For having just a poor game, no like massive decisions wrong. That's a massive one. He's given a penalty when it shouldn't have been. Like Edison's cleaned him. I mean, no doubt. If in normal circumstances, that's a pen. Of course it is. But there's an offside in the build-up. So I don't know how they've given it. They obviously haven't checked it. They literally showed the replay of the offside, and he was clearly offside in the build-up. So I don't know how they've given the pen. I'm so baffled. I'm baffled. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's clueless. It's a joke. Refereeing standard in this country is in the fucking bin. It's through the floor. It's a farce. Edison's been booked now. It's a farce. It's an absolute joke. I don't understand how they come to that decision. He's clearly off. I don't understand. I really don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand anymore. It's getting to that point now. What is the point? The technology's there. If you're not going to use it properly, don't use it. What is the point? You're supposed to check everything. It's not a different... It's the same phase of play. There's been no deflection. They haven't lost the ball. It's the same phase of play and he's offside. I don't understand. A joke. Joke. It's disgraceful. No one seems to get it. Mara's coming on for Jesus. That's the last sub. Disappointing. Disappointing. No Palmer, because we've definitely not given ourselves enough of breathing room to get him on the pitch, considering we've been absolutely woeful compared to how good Brighton have been in the second half. So that's it. That's the final sub. We're not going to see Palmer or Edozie because we've been too shaky in the second half. It's no fault of our own. Honestly, just get this game over with. Honestly. Just get a hold of the ball and pass it around for 5 minutes, honestly. Don't even bother. They seem to have reacted a little bit now to conceding a goal. Well, why can't you do that when we're getting absolutely peppered? I don't understand. We've been given a reason to wake up a bit now. Should be a corner. Should be a corner to City. I think it is. With 90 seconds of the 90 to go. Absolutely zero City players in the box, taking it short. I think it's tactical, just trying to keep the ball. Not piling people forward in the box. Lovely ball by De Bruyne to Foden. Great save again by Sanchez. Drops it again. Dropped it a couple of times now. Cancelo on the left. The Walker. Plays it straight back to Diaz. Some good game management here now. 30 seconds left to go until we add on some time. Just knocking it about a little bit, keeping the ball. Trying to knock it around in tight spaces. Kyle Walker is an absolute acres over there on the right. He's got no one. We can just get it to him. Shift the play. He's coming inside. Get the ball. We can switch the play. Move over the Brighton block. I'm going to call it. 5 minutes of injury time. Brilliant. Another 5 minutes. I win to City near the corner flag on the left side. As Foden, trying to replay that Foden chance there. But first minute is up almost. Wonder if they'll do the Poznan at full time. Given a Brighton throw despite it being a City throw. Would love to see a Poznan at the end. Alright, the refereeing is just getting ridiculous now. I want this game to end. But Foden is Sky's man of the match with 2 goals, 7 shots, 11.2 kilometers covered, which is first rank, and most sprints. I think that was 15. He's first for all of those stats. He's covered the most distance, had the most shots, scored the most goals, dribbled the most. The best player on the pitch again, probably. Bernardo Silva, the unsung hero. But we've just launched it long now towards Mahrez. Oh, what a first on. Oh, what a touch. Like magnetic. Beautiful. Great stuff. Honestly, great stuff. Got a great first touch. And that'll be a City throw with half the added time played. on reflection, despite how disappointing it was the way we conceded and the way we played in just overall in the second half, I think 3-1 is a good result. Fair result. Brighton deserve a goal. They just deserve a goal in general, regardless of penalty or not, because they just have been that good in the second half. But we were well worth it in the first half for 2, 3, maybe even 4. So, fair result in the end. Disappointed though. Just over a minute to go, hopefully. I hope it's Cancelo. Good save. Fun. Win it back on the edge of the box. Mahrez, 1-on-1. Goal. 4-1. There we go. Game over. Game over. Get in. Mahrez. Mahrez, the substitute. 4-1. Been well worth it today just for the first half performance. I think 4, on reflect, 4 is maybe a bit harsh, but we deserve the win still. Foden with the interception. Fernandinho gets it. Gives it to Foden, who gives it to Mahrez onside. Smashes it near post, top corner. 4-1. Game, set, match. Done and done. Just what you wanted to see. We were much better in that last sort of 10-15 minutes of that second half. Well worth the goal. And that is, I believe, full time. Full time, 4-1. Great in the first half, subpar in the second half. Not really too bothered, as we did get the win, and that's all I really cared about. That was the main goal. Main goal, 3 points. We got the 3 points. 4 goals. Again, Dara told me yesterday, there was a stat. We haven't won by 3 or more goals in an away game since Fulham away last season. Well, we've done that now. And that was only league games. Pointless stat, really, because our away record was still great and we'd still win it by a couple of goals in a lot of those games. But to win by 3 goals away from home against a top 4 team, remember, this Brighton team was in the top 4. Still are in the top 4. This Brighton team was 4th, and we've gone there. We've put 4 past them. Shouldn't have considered that penalty because it wasn't a penalty, but we put 4 past them, and we deserved it. We were thoroughly better than them. We deserved it. Need to roll on Liverpool United tomorrow. United Liverpool, Old Trafford. Need to roll that on. Watch it. Hope. I say hope. It's a win-win for City fans, really, because if Liverpool win, United lose. That's great. United win, Liverpool lose, drop points in the title race. They're no longer unbeaten. That's great. They draw, both teams drop points. That's great. So, win-win-win, really. Whatever way you think about it, but maybe a draw. Be nice. But City go into second. 2 points behind Chelsea, 2 points above Liverpool. Obviously, Liverpool still having to play tomorrow. Brighton are in 4th, but Tottenham, United, and West Ham all can catch them. They're to play tomorrow, so you'd think that they wouldn't stay in 4th, that they would drop down, and one of them teams would go above them, maybe. But yeah, look, we were worth the points today, and goals that we scored. Brighton's emptying. Haven't seen the Poznan right at the end, so I don't know whether they did it. I'm assuming not. It's a good stream though, good game. Get on with a review later on. Back for West Ham in the cabbage. Come on, the cabbage.